Welcome to US Tzu Chi 360. I'm Ginger Chang. Today's feature is very special. It marks our 100th episode, which is quite a feat in itself. To celebrate the milestone, we're going to take you behind the scenes of what really goes on to make US Tzu Chi 360. The first important step begins with a strong foundation and support. And that support I'm referring to is our dedicated team of volunteers. This program started off with the help from our volunteers. So now we all will finally get to match the faces to our volunteers around the US and abroad in Taiwan. Let's go meet them.
We have over 10 volunteers who work with us in this program.
My name is Catherine Alupin.
Hi, my name is Hui Ying.
Hi, my name is Teresa Lee.
Hello, my name is Gary Tunan.
我叫郭佑明。
Hi, I'm Ralph Boyer.
Hi, my name's Sarah.
She was able to host the very first.
My name is Tzu Chi. I'm the producer assistant, and I'm the one who coordinates with our volunteers.
When a US Tzu Chi 360 episode has finished editing, the post-production process can begin. The first one of these steps is translation and transcription.
The typical job that I do for them are mostly transcribing videos, documentaries, and translating the clips that other people have transcribed from Chinese into English.
Hui Ying, she's our script translator. Pre-production and production time, they already took a lot of time to do it. So when it comes up to the post-production part, I have to rush Hui Ying to do the script translation. A lot of time I have to push our volunteers.
Twanju is really very nice in arranging the workload and making sure that I have enough time.
Even though I want to give them more time to do it, but I can't.
I have received a lot of feedback on my work, so I think it's a very smooth and great learning process for me.
After the script is translated, it is then sent to the script editor for revision.
I have the privilege of being the script editor for Tzu Chi 360. Oftentimes, the original footage is shot in Chinese, and so obviously it needs to be translated into English. After it's translated, it comes to me, and what I do is I change it so that it sounds like it was spoken by a native English speaker. Tzu Chi is very well known in the Chinese community, but it's virtually unknown in the English-speaking community. And if it's to grow in the United States, we really need to gain access into the English-speaking community. The very best resource we have is the 360 videos.
Hey, Teresa, how are you doing? So we have a new video and need your help to do voiceover recording.
I became involved in US Tzu Chi 360 when I was invited onto the program to be a guest speaker on the show for one of the episodes. And when I was introducing myself to the new media team, because I was unfamiliar with them, one of the staff members I met, Guanru, she introduced herself to me, and when I said hi, I would never forget her face and what she said to me. She grabbed my hand and said, "I love your voice. Would you do voiceover for us?"
Try one more time.
Since my wife joined the production, that's how I got started.
My involvement with US Tzu Chi 360 started in 2010 when they decided to have an episode about Haiti.
I believe I got involved through my friend Nancy, and she introduced me to Funting, and they were talking about a new show that they were creating, and they needed someone to do voiceovers.
And because I had been in Haiti volunteering with the relief effort following the earthquake, the production team asked that I do the voiceover for that episode.
So Nancy volunteered me, and I met Funting, and I couldn't say no.
And I've been doing voiceovers ever since.
In the beginning, I just remember it was a little bit strange because I've never done anything like this before. One time I asked the students, "Why do you do your homework?" In the beginning, I always requested to see the videos so I can understand like the context and who's talking so I can kind of match the emotion and the speed.
Typically, you expect voiceovers to have relatively deep voices, and my voice isn't exactly high, but it's certainly not...
Oh, but it was always a mess afterwards because I'm always crying, seeing how much someone did for someone else, and, you know, I had to pretend to be this person and everything.
It allows me to continue my acting skills, act out a little bit of different characters,
I really enjoy from the work is that I was able to utilize my voice. I've never been able to do that.
So for example, right now I'm basically talking in my natural vocal slot. So if I were to see you on the street, I might even go a little bit higher and say, hey, how's it going? How's your day? Whereas if I'm doing a voiceover, it might sound something like, in January of 2010, a magnitude 7.0 earthquake hit the island of Haiti.
It's really difficult to provide English voiceovers for Chinese speakers because Chinese people speak very fast and short.
For some reason, you just sometimes can't concentrate, but no matter how hard you try to read out the script,
You have to really rush it.
your tongue just won't follow with you, and you get tongue-tied.
Some of the kids' voices are so difficult. Ways, visual, verbal, and with action.
Whenever I see a paragraph, I always see like all the Chinese words I have to pronounce or the Chinese names, and I get nervous right away because I'm always scared that I'm not going to pronounce it correctly.
Pronunciation of the name, Tzu Chi, which is incorrect to a point.
Master Zheng Yan's Jingsu aphorisms in Tzu Chi.
My bedroom is far from a professional recording studio. So sometimes if there's background noise, I have to take some extreme measures. 4 months later, we went back to Broad Channel to see how the families were recovering. Although somehow, like taking a bed sheet or a towel and put it over my head to try to minimize the background noise.
I have an American accent, so yes, that is another challenge of mine.
The voiceovers are added to the videos, and the complete episodes are sent over to Taiwan. But Taiwan isn't just the location of Daai TV. There's also volunteers in Taiwan working on the show, as giving help definitely isn't limited to the time zone or a certain distance.
翻译志工就是我是负责把已经写好的英文稿子翻译成中文。
I came for a translator workshop in Tzu Chi headquarters. At the end of the workshop, I signed up for US Tzu Chi 360.
蛮早了，就是在最一开始节目只有5分钟了，范婷她又要制作节目，然后自己又要翻，然后她就问我说：“二嫂，你看这个这样子写这样子 O 不 OK？” 或者说啦，那我就想说，那我可以帮你啊。
I always love Chinese language, so doing the translation work is rewarding for me. The challenge I have is I found myself spending a lot of time debating which is the best word I should choose.
翻译有的字还蛮难的，就是可能这个议题我也不太了解，就可能要上网去查。Real Plus 20，联合国秘书长讲的话啦，那些东西都要全部翻成中文的。
So I try and help her out when she's doing the translation work with translating especially the English idioms or the slang, things that don't translate very well into Chinese.
我就直接包给二哥，可以来帮忙做做看，就把二哥给拖下水了。为什么可以包给他呢？因为他平常就有看一些，他平常比较关心报纸新闻啦。
也是一边查字典。
The Chinese script is finalized and then sent to the final step in its journey.
他们在网络上有了影片跟音乐档，还有字幕档，那我就把这些下载到自己的电脑里面，然后把它们合并在一起这样子。
Nice island called Hawaii. It is here, but it is important work.
制作团队其实是很辛苦，我觉得自己很幸福，就是我只要坐在家里面等待，他们已经都做好东西。
你要怎么玩玩具？就那个时段啊，就是陪他玩，然后就是不要去吵他，因为他需要比较专心。嘿嘿嘿，对不对？就不能吵爸爸了，对不对？
很感恩这样的一个团队，然后让我有机会做这样子。
然后其实没有剪完，有时候我们6日要做什么活动，就会觉得很像心里有个压力，就会一直问他说：“你做完了没？”这样子就是要优先把那个先做完之后，我们才可以出去，然后他也比较放心，我们也比较放心。
那我觉得透过这个节目，可以让我更了解美国。
我们看大爱台刚好有那个360的，然后说：“哎，这是不是你剪的？”这样子。
And being able to see it, everything put together, allows me to be more of an audience member and just see the story told, and then think, wow, you know, I was a part of that.
You guys do a great job. You always make me cry.
The content is always interesting because of what the organization does.
Now I can start looking forward to episode 200.
Share the word, everyone should watch US Tzu Chi 360.
really appreciate what they do and how much effort and time they put to help us.
It's not easy being a volunteer since they have other commitments in their lives too. However, time and time again, every one of the individuals we've met before have never failed us. So you've already seen one component to making our program. The second element is where all the filmmaking magic happens. Many of you don't know that Team US Tzu Chi 360 is actually on the East and West Coast. So how does a small production team on both sides of the US handle stories of Tzu Chi's 9 regional offices and abroad as well? You'll find out soon.
Welcome to US Tzu Chi 360 Snapshots. I'm Ginger Chang.
Welcome to US Tzu Chi 360 Snapshots. I'm Nilso Count.
Today, we present the third... I believe that US Tzu Chi 360, this program in itself and what it could do to show what Tzu Chi volunteers are doing in the US, they would bring more Americans to know the great missions of what Tzu Chi is doing.
I don't speak Mandarin. If this program didn't exist, I wouldn't know anything about Tzu Chi.
It introduced Tzu Chi to the US people who don't know about Tzu Chi. And in the meantime, I think it's very important for the Taiwan audience, the Asian audience, to know what's going on in the United States.
US Tzu Chi 360 has been bringing the stories of the North American volunteers to the world for the last few years. But did you know that our show began as a 5-minute segment 3 years ago?
We first had a pilot show as a sample to show Dai what this program is about. The length of the program was only 5 to 7 minutes at that time.
The pilot was met with enthusiasm from the network, so we produced these little short segments for about a year. But when it came to season 2 and renewal, there was a big and exciting change.
One day we got the news that we got extended to 24 minutes. Oh my God, I think I walked around in days.
We only had a few directors. We were just constantly short of crew.
So, we started looking at people, Ting started looking around, hiring.
When Ting asked me to be the host for US Tzu Chi 360, first I was a little, surprised?
At the beginning, she just kind of told me to make it like Tzu Chi style, which is why the very first season was very blue.
I had a huge fear of being in front of the camera.
When the new season came along, we were thinking to make it something different. I had asked her what was the difference between the US Tzu Chi than everywhere else.
我要跟大家分享的小秘密，跟这节目有关，是这个节目的 logo 设计。现在看到的这个呢，是最一开始的原始概念 logo， 反正就是想尽办法要把节目的意念用最简洁的方式表达出来，一个很多很丰富颜色的样子。
And she said that the U.S. Tzu Chi volunteers serve all different type of people, are from different parts of the world. So we thought, why not use very colorful?
它所代表的是海外慈济人的多元足迹，在不同的国家风土民情。
Now we have more and more young, talented directors.
Hello, my name is Wen Ren. I'm one of the video directors.
Hi, my name is Phil Wang. I'm the director of US Tzu Chi 360.
I expanded my duties to more of a writer-director area.
Many other members are also added to support production.
My name is Michael, and I am a camera operator.
I'm a sound editor and re-recording mixer for US Tzu Chi 360.
So from the short version of 360, it slowly evolved to the new 24 minutes program.
I think we cried when we were in Cali before, when we didn't think we could make it through second season. And now we have 100 episodes.
We have a new episode every single week, and every episode is 24 minutes. But few people probably understand what that means.
We have to know how to editing, we have to know how to write. Sometimes we have to be the lighting person, the driver.
You're looking at 24 minutes. But what's actually happening is maybe a week or two of filming.
Sometimes when I go out for location filming, I'm the only crew member on site.
6 people on the West Coast and then 5 people on the East Coast. It's actually quite difficult of a task to cover all the stories in North America, but that's basically what we're doing.
The US Tzu Chi 360 team, as a result, has filmed in many places that many of the members would never have even imagined of going.
Working on the show has been a really amazing experience. I've been to like so many countries because of it. South Africa, feeding AIDS orphans.
When I was in San Francisco, I got to see the Golden Gate Bridge. When we went to Rio, we got to see Sugarloaf Mountain.
Hawaii, I've been to New York.
Far Rockaway, Seagate, Coney Island.
There is one lady in Mexico that really surprised and shocked me. She served at a church. A lot of poor people there only eat rotten food. So this woman, she dedicated to bring more food to this area. And what surprised me is that when she talks, she always laughs like, you just feel really grateful for your own situation when you see the different in poverty levels and abilities.
I saw the living condition of the people and after the earthquake and the kids on the streets. And
for instance, in South Africa, you just go 30 minutes and then you go from instant like luxury hotel to devastating poverty.
Pick Up America. At first, when I was given the project, I was hesitant because how can you create a story out of people picking up trash? When we flew out to meet these young people, I was just captivated by what they were doing. I called them the US Tzu Chi 360 2.0 because they're so young and they might have some different ideas, but we're all doing these incredible things. And for them, it was picking up trash across America.
Future for America.
相隔多久？至少有没有半年、1年的时间？回来这个场景，我觉得非常的奇妙。阿草还是很强韧的生命力，这样子不断的在冒出来。
我觉得有点象征一个东西是，就在美国这个社会，它其实会给你第二次的机会 （second chance）。只要你肯忏悔，或者是你肯告诉别人说我错了，我愿意再来一次，所有人不会在意你的过错。其实那时候一直在想说，到底要不要有这个模拟画面？
现实的生活中，你那个画面已经不见了。
他的面罩跟那个手枪都是我上网先预定好的。
厂牌跟样式跟当初都是一模一样的，氛围让他去回想那个时候的感觉，捕捉出来就是我们最主要的目的。
跟他讲说，稍微想一下16岁的自己，然后再想一下那13年的日子，10几分钟，却花了他13年时间要褪去那个面具。这个人在13年的牢狱生活之外，他并没有死去，他也没有再回去监狱，而是他重新站起来，帮助其他人。
然后发怒忏悔，忏悔你之前的过错，能重新再面对你自己，然后继续走下去。
I really discovered and understood what Tzu Chi was about, and what our team, what US TC 360 was about when Sandy happened. And I was in New Jersey for the weekend, and that happened. And that day, you called me, saying, we have to all work together because this is big. Something is really happening, and everyone has to report from where they are.
In the entire neighborhood, nobody has power anymore. The electricity is gone. These are all power cables. Everything is there.
We start doing when Sandy hits New York City, and then we've been working like crazy for the next 2 months.
Some teammates reported from Brooklyn. I reported from New Jersey, and we started that day.
Hurricane Sandy came and I was forced to remember my host scripts and I would have to do it on the spot. And that to me was very daunting.
We have to film an entire day and then come back to make the news.
Happened in New York where we live, and I also got a chance to go out to do the interview, so I kind of understand how they feel.
We come in like early in the morning, like maybe 7 or 8 o'clock, and then we're not gonna finish until like midnight.
You work still crazy hours, but it's not really a job anymore.
The more you're doing it, like by the end of it, you think it's worth.
Seeing all the hard work and the effort and the energy that the Tzu Chi volunteers, both who directly work with our program and who just, do all these amazing charitable works.
It's truly amazing to see how much time and effort they put in.
And you really catch these incredible moments of these amazing volunteers who dedicate their whole lives to do such incredible work. And you feel so lucky being able to share their incredible stories with the Tzu Chi family and also the rest of the world.
Once the editor completes it, they're sent out for sound mixing.
Basically, I take what the editors have put together and the journalists have put together for the show, and then I mix the levels so that everything sounds clean and safe for broadcast. So the purpose of doing this is so that if I talk like this, it would blow your ear out. It's just too loud. So I bring it so I'm gonna have to turn it down so that you actually enjoy what you're listening to. Sometimes I get the shows, literally I get an email at around 9 p.m. or so. It's usually to finish the show that night or that evening, to have it ready the next morning. But I enjoy working on it, and I enjoy the fact that they are helping people in the community.
Like 2 days ago, the grand opening of the College Marianne. It's not about filming them, it's about seeing like hundreds of little girls being so happy and clapping their hands, and you see the hope for them. The only thing you want to do is edit and share what you feel. It's about sharing what you feel, sharing what you've seen, because we get the chance to be here and to see that, but many people don't. Many volunteers would like to see that. Many people who are not even in Tzu Chi would like to see that, so that's our mission. So yeah, it's more about a mission than a job.
Our final component gives the program its momentum. When we reached out to you, our audience and our guests, we were surprised by the overwhelming response. So I will leave you with a clip of some of that feedback, which means you will need to watch out for more in future episodes. And before I go, Team US Tzu Chi 360 would like to thank everyone's support. So continue to stay with us. I'm Ginger Chang, and I'll see you soon.
I have been watching the first episode of this program, and it really inspired me to do more good deeds.
Being involved with Tzu Chi, you get to do a lot of things that you normally don't get involved with, such as being on the show. That's probably because that's the first time I get filmed, so the process, the preparation process is actually a lot more complicated.
We call it transformative television. You know, it's television that allows people to think outside of the box.
I was very impressed because it was very well done. So I really didn't even know that such a small place there can there's so many things that can happen in such a small place there.
I thought all the staff were very professional, kind of serious, but very comforting.
In a way, I'm kind of happy because I don't work for 360.
I have like around 40 to 50 kids. They say, oh, Ginger is so cute.
I'm Ginger Chang.
And
our feature today focuses on bilingual education in America.
And this program is a lifesaver for teachers like us.
Tzu Chi Foundation rocks!
Thank
As
you.
songs.
It was really fun, and they were all really nice.
So this is the very beginning. This is the very first day this year. We've come a long way.
So grateful of having gotten to meet Wen and the rest of the Tzu Chi 360 team, and I'm considering becoming a long-term volunteer with Tzu Chi.
Putting so much love and energy and heart into producing, directing, and editing, and filming all of these wonderful projects around the world.
With peace and blessings to your path, I extend my gratitude.
I love 360 because I remember this part where Hurricane Katrina and the musicians on the street, they had to go through all this hardship, but they still made it alive.
就是大家要珍惜这个360的节目，那也希望我们360的节目哈，现在是93集，然后做到1000集哈，10000集。
Hi, my name is Tim Fan. I'm the producer of US Tzu Chi 360. The main mission of the show is to spread the seed of love and implement Tzu Chi spirit in the United States. 100 episodes is just the beginning. We will bring you more touching stories. Stay tuned with us. Thank you for your great support.